Hi Evelyn's. Okay, I'm just going to pop you in the box. Oopsie. It's a little bit crooked, but here we go. Now I have something to say for this new moon. This is the new moon in Cancer leading up to the second full moon in Capricorn. Remembering that I said in the year of the dragon how important these two Capricorn moons are going to be for a furtherance of our life. This is almost like a marker of who we are and how we're going to proceed forward. Comes from everything that's coming into play into our reality during the year of the dragon, which lasts until February, approximately next year. Now, new moon in Cancer. First of all, the nodes of destiny and fate in the zodiacal houses of Aries, Destiny, Fate, Libra are at the 10th degree. And at the 10th degree of Aries, we have Aphrodite. That's asteroid 1388. And at the 10th degree of Libra, we have asteroid 58534, Logos. In the beginning was the word Logos. Logos is our fate, so our words are really important now. They're directing our fate. And also we have asteroid 97 KLOTHO is conjunct to the sun and moon at the 13th degree at this time of no moon seen. And also there is Hades, lord of the underworld. So a little bit of what we have here is KLOTHO in the story of the three fates. She is the one who spreads the thread in our life tapestry. So if you imagine it, you know, she is, okay, I don't want to go too deep. Her sister Lycisius measures the thread and Atropos cuts the thread. KLOTHO chooses who is born, who is saved, and who is put to death. So I found that KLOTHO is also an enzyme in our genes, a hormone that is involved with our memory, our cognition, and it enhances and extends the years of our life. So if you've got a strong KLOTHO gene, I look after an old lady, she's 97. She's kind of sick of living and stuff, it gets like that. But she's really healthy. She'll live to 100, you know what I'm saying? So her KLOTHO gene is strong. So the prominent roles of the KLOTHO gene are everything to do with aging. And it's a hormone release that declines with aging. So it's sort of like it runs out. So how you look, how you age and things like that, that is all dependent on your KLOTHO gene. Another thing about this lady I look after, 97, is she still has her natural hair color. She did not turn gray. She has a little bit of gray in her temple areas, very small amounts, and that's all. She's not gray. So nobody realizes that she's 97. She looks in her late 70s perhaps, and yes, she doesn't look her age. Now her KLOTHO gene is obviously very strong and keeping her very active. My mother also has not gone grey. She has her natural colour. The old lady I look after, her name's Norma. She was a redhead when she was a child, and my mother was a blondie. So it's interesting. Norma's hair's gone darker, and so has my mum's hair, but my mum's hair's not blonde anymore. It's gone into this mousy brown colour. And okay, now Aphrodite, which is in our house of destiny, the house of Aries is I am. It's a singular, personal, egoic house in our destiny. Now, remembering the story of there was this wedding, and I can't remember whose wedding it was. This is back in the day when the gods, the fallen angels, mixed with humanity quite a lot, and especially Zeus, he would have children to earthling women, and so the birth of giants happened. This was, of course, a long time ago, when their genes mixed with our genes. So in this story, this is before the fall of Troy, so this is back in the Bronze Age, which was a terrible catastrophe, and we're lucky to be, we're the survivors of the Bronze Age, our genetic lines. And now, so Clotho, yes, okay, the story was about fear. And what happened was Eris, the goddess of discord, she got one of the golden apples from the apples of immortality, and it gives you youth and all this sort of vitality and stuff like that. And she wrote to the fairest, and she rolled it over to the three goddesses, which was Aphrodite, Athena, and Hera. Now Hera, she was the wife of Zeus, but Zeus never ever had sex with her, not once. He just didn't do it. And he had sex only with earthling women. Well, he had sex with probably goddesses, I don't know, but he had a lot of sex with different earthling women and stuff, and drove Hera crazy. She was pretty angry about it, and she was the wife. So now Aphrodite says that she was born in Cyprus. It doesn't actually say a lot about her, but she was obviously considered a goddess at that time, definitely not Venus. And Athena, she was born out of Kronos's head. So she's a definite brother, sister of Zeus, and Hera is also a sister of Zeus. She came out of Kronos as well. And Aphrodite, she must have came out of Kronos too. So that's time, Kronos. Anyway, so the three words of fear, we have Aphrodite was beautiful, fear, beautiful. Athena was impartial, so she was fear because she was impartial. And Hera was fear because she was fair-skinned. So they were all like, it's my apple, I'm the fairest, I'm the fairest, I'm the fairest. So Zeus was like, oh my God, they're arguing again. And he sent over Paris, the mortal, to judge who was the fairest. So I guess, back in the day when you had the gods and the goddesses at your wedding and stuff like that, and you were a human and the gods told you to do something, you just went off and did it straight up, you did it. And you didn't disobey the gods. So Paris came over, and of course, he was a Trojan prince. And that Trojan area is sort of like Turkey, is the Turkey region of what we call Turkey in this day and age. And it says they bribed Paris. So Hera promised to make Paris the lord of Europe and Asia. That's a big one because, like I said, Turkey and Asia, goes all this way, and then Europe all that way. That would be like a massive empire, wouldn't it? That's what Hera promised to make Paris the lord of the Europe and Asia. And Athena promised, beg my pardon, to make him the greatest military leader the world has ever known. So ish like Alexander the Great, Paris could have gone forth and conquered many other lands, nations, kings, and this sort of thing back in that time. And Aphrodite promised him the most beautiful woman in the world. Now, he was a young guy. So, do you want to be Lord of Europe and Asia? Do you want to be the greatest military leader the world has ever known? Maybe he just wanted to marry the most beautiful woman in the world. But you can never trust those gods and goddesses. And he chose what he thought was probably the fairest and simplest answer of all. And he would have a beautiful wife. But, of course, the woman, Helen, was already married, the most beautiful woman in the world. And it caused an absolute chaos, which, of course, that's all the gods want to do because they are after destruction. The gods are always seeking to destroy us, earthlings, and destroy our earthling realm. They are very jealous, and it's why. That's all I've got for that information. It's all it comes down to. Now, I've been trying to explain to you how important it is to understand that through this Year of the Dragon and all the players that came into play, including Aphrodite, when the eclipse season first began, was to remind us about death. And I'm trying to... We're all going to die. Everyone does. You can't live forever. They're trying to sort of like create this new thing on Earth, like synth. Let's just say you're a synth, synthetic. So that means like, I hang on to my life. I don't want to die. My consciousness, that's my spirit. Instead of going into the fifth dimension, which is the spiritual realm, so the fourth dimension being time, the third dimension being here on Earth. If I want my spirit to be embodied here on Earth forever, then I'm at this day and age where I can have a synthetic, cloned, genetically modified 2.0 body that my consciousness can enter, and I get to continue to live and not die. I don't know if it's healthy to do that. I don't think that it is, and I think it's breaking the natural cycle of what we should do, which because our body is part of the earth, and when our body does go into the earth, it can crystallize and it can be petrified. You know, we can become gems, and we can become minerals and the nutrients that feed other forms of life, trees and things like this. We are a part. We are an earthling, and we belong. Our body belongs to the earthling realm. And I don't think it should be synthetically modified. So I'm not too big on being a cyborg is supposed to be, you've got metal parts. Metal goes back into the earth, but synthetic, that's, a concoction of plastic. And we know how dangerous plastic has been to us. Anyway, so there's replicas and synthetic humans and stuff like that. That's going to be, people are going to have their own robots soon. Everyone gets one. And do you want to be a robot? Because if you become a synthetic human 2.0, are you going to, do you think that you will have free will? Because you'll just be part of what's going to be called the hive mind, or the oneness, and you can kiss your individuality goodbye. You won't even have, your thoughts won't belong to you. They'll just be a flowing, it'll be telling you what to do, where to go, blah, 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 and you'll all be part of the hive. That's if you're a synth. That's for those guys that played the game of getting a jabberoo because it wasn't very good, was it? And got the CRISPR modifications in their body. And genetically. So anyway, I watched a little girl, Bubba, and I think she was walking at 6 months old. It's just a new one. My babies were very early at walking, 9 months, and I was a 9-monther. But 6 months, that's pretty, that's accelerated. That's 3 months. The developmental state of that baby's 3 months advanced, because the baby grows a lot in its first year. So yeah, I don't know, I'd say Mama probably had the jab, and it's modified in the genomes of the babies. So that is how I feel. Just my thoughts. This is the second, we're coming into the second full moon outpour, Zodiacal House of Capricorn, and yeah, this is where we're at. So back to Aphrodite. Let's see. So I'm looking at fear again here, and Aphrodite was beautiful, Athena impartial, Hera fair-skinned. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to actually really make of that. But with the Logos, in the House of Fate, and Aphrodite in the House of Destiny, let us be careful with what we promise ourselves or another. So I'd say promises. Try not to make any. That's my advice. If you're going to make a promise, just make it to yourself and keep it to yourself. You can promise something to yourself, like, yes, I'm going to do that. I love you all very much, and I hope everybody is progressing. It's a good year for building our dam. Our dam is going to be holding on to the reservoir of our future richness, whether that's the richness of our spirit, the richness of our physical reality. We've got a lot of wealth of knowledge. There's a big thing going on, so keep working on your dam. This is the plateau, and we're getting that fortification and our boundaries. And remember how I described to you how the universe is working. We've got a level path, and we're cruising along on our level path. Don't know if this is going to show up or not. And then all of a sudden, bang, we come into a block. We don't get stuck here. We're like, oh my gosh, I can't go forward. What am I going to do? Well, you can do what is right. You can turn to what is right, or you can take what is left, or you can go back. So there's always a way, and the universe is always changing these. Oops, that one just fell out of the story. But the universe is always layering and rising up. Levels, like whole levels are going up, and all sorts of stuff is going on. To understand the universe is a great thing to do, and I think everyone should get into it. Remember, we're just avatars here. Our soul will go back to the blue sky of day. Always. We will be reincarnated again. Don't worry about being a synthetic human 2.0 stuck here forever with your soul never reincarnating. And oh my gosh, you are not an experiment, okay? Don't let the fallen angels / aliens slash gods slash whatever they call themselves. I'm trying to think of one. Don't be fooled, all right? They're the destroyers. They will never change. That is what they are on this earth to do. That's to destroy the family, to destroy the bloodline, to destroy the earthlings, to destroy the earth. So I send you my love, and I want you to be awakened. And I want you to be conscious more. And I want you to be aware. So a lot of stuff's going on with old, is Trump a good guy or a bad guy? Did he do bad things with young children 13 years of age, maybe even boys? And what do you think? How are these people getting into power? They had to do bad things. Okay, so it's the bad things club. And all of the people that did bad things, look at Diddy. Where is it? Where is he, by the way? Is he away on an island, one of his islands that he owns? You know, these mega rich people? Or did they get him and he's, you know, gone to Gitmo? I don't know. I really love Julian Assange. She's like one of the bravest people. One of. There's a couple. There's this other guy. His name's Nicholas, I think. B-Y-N-T, Burnt, maybe. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Another extremely fascinating story. He's like just one of those guys that just happens to meet exceptional people, but I don't know if that's like legit. He goes, I'm literally not CIA. I'm just one of those guys that just comes across all these amazing people and do these amazing things. But okay, cool as he realized he was deep state. He had like this big, he was a CEO, had a big business. I obviously didn't listen clearly. I'll put something into the comment section if you want to listen to the story. And just remember, it's really hard to know who to look up to and who to emulate and who to follow and all that sort of stuff like that. It is tricky. So everyone's like, don't even trust your own gut. But you do, okay? You trust your gut and you trust your intuition. Don't let these CIA spies try and convince you of anything else. You don't know what their agenda is. And how many times have I literally like my psyche told me danger, you know, exactly what was going to happen in the words. And I was like, oh, I can't think bad things like that about people. And then, of course, a bad thing happened to me. So I trust my psyche more than I trust some agent telling me what to do, all right? And whenever someone's talking to you, I want you to listen to your own voice that's talking in your head. And above all else, don't follow another person. Follow the guidance that is coming from your intuition. Okay, that's why we've got it. All right, now, Logos is the fate at this time. Aphrodite is the destiny at this time. Clotho is conjunct our sun and moon, and she's spinning a thread. She's weaving. The story has been woven. I wish you much love, and make your story amazing. Be a living legend. Okay? Much love to you all. Ka kite.